everyone. Today we will be discussing basic concepts of political and governance under Unit 1. So, are you ready for our subject? Okay, next. The objectives. At the end of this unit, the students should be able to demonstrate an understanding of the various concepts in politics, pinakauna. Next is political science, and other is governance. Another objectives is to demonstrate an understanding of the various political ideologies. And lastly, to identify particular political phenomenon and kung unsaon siya pag study. Next. Okay. In politics and governance and other key concepts for lesson 1, this is objectives niya. Kailangan nato ma-define ang politics, governance, and other key concepts of political science. Next is ma-explain ninyo ang connection nato between sa phenomenon sa politics and the method of inquiry. Mao na siya ang political science. Okay, next is differentiate nato ang governance to politics. And next, ma-explain ang value of politics. Okay, proceed. What is political science? When you say political science, it is a broad idea or a broad term. Kailangan nato siya ma-define. According here, that it deals daw with the study of power, mga power sa society, politics, and government. And it is also the dynamic character of human society, and the differences in context of different states have resulted in different views and theories and definitions of the concepts of politics and governance. So sa political science, ginastudihan niya ang power sa society, politics, and government. Sa dynamic character, pasabot niya is change niya because as time goes by, pwede mag-change siya ang society based sa era nga ato ang naakaron. Like for example, in the period of Magellan and the period of pre-Spanish, ang kasagaran dito is revolutionary period nila Emilio Aguinaldo. And next karon na nata sa democratic society. That's how political science works. And nag-result siya into a different views because that's why we have different views. It's because of what we call culture. What is culture? Ang culture manggod, klase-klase siya. So kung you are from different culture, pwede pod you have different views and theories. Lahi-lahi nga mga tao, sila Karl Marx, sila Rousseau, sila kanang John Piaget, kana siya. Okay, next. Next is, having a basic knowledge in political science can be empowering. So, possible, kung naa kay knowledge or basic knowledge, at least gamay nga knowledge sa political science, pwede ka empowering for every citizen. Well-known ka, kabalo ka sa batas, kabalo ka unsa ang pamaagi ana. Especially nga naata sa democratic country which is the Philippines. Diba sa panahon karon katong during quarantine ay daghan kay issue, daghan kay mga kanang kuan, daghan kay tag mga political analyst because ang mga tao dili na to ma-blame because we are studying political science. And when we study political science, daghan og mga ideas, klase-klase nga mga ideas ang mga tao. And there are various theories in political science, but timan-an nato, we only have to study the concepts in Philippine context because we are in the Philippines. Okay, the Greeks formulated word politics during the 4th and 5th century. What is politics? Politics daw was inseparable from the life of polis. Kinsa maning mga polis? Sila ning or katuning mga place or state shared by a certain group of people. So lugar na siya. Ginatunga-tunga na dila nagpuy ang uban, so yun na siya. That's what we called polis. This concept of politics was maybe as old as the first organization created by man katong sa Mesopotamia. Okay, according kay Plato and Aristotle, humans are not self-sufficing. So, they find the need to come together as a community. So, according man kay Plato and Aristotle, kailangan daw as a human, kailangan ta og katambayayong, kailangan ta mo create og community para ma-organize ta. Gikan ani nga union, from this union, nahimo ni kailangan nato ang needs for politics and governance para unsa ma-maintain nato ang order within the society. Kay as we have observed, for example, sa isa ka classroom, kung wala tay ma-elect nga president or wala tay ma-elect nga leader, magkayagaw ang atong classroom, kining dili organize ang atong trabahoon. Kaya kailangan taog mga leaders para organize ang isa ka community or isa ka union. Next, social contract theories like Thomas Hobbes, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, and John Locke during the 17th and 18th century, ang Europe daw stressed the hypothetical state of nature that was devoid any kind of government. This state of nature is often violent and chaotic. Okay, nganuman, kung katong akong giingon siya ganina, kung ang isa ka butang or isa ka place or isa ka organization, wala siya a particular form of government, magkayagaw siya. So possible na ay mga violente nga mahitabo, mga samok nga mga hitabo. Therefore, ang people nisulod sila into what we call social contract. Unsa maning social contract? This is a written or unwritten binding agreement among the people that bids for the creation of government and the consequent use of politics for the people. Okay. Unsa man ni siya? Kaning social contract, mura ni siya katong agreement nila nga mao ni siya ang dapat buhaton, mao ni ang dili dapat buhaton para sa ilang giform nga government, guided sila. That's what social contract important. In political science, it is the academic discipline that deals with the key issues and concepts in politics. So that's what we call political science. Okay, Niccolo Machiavelli is widely accepted as the father of modern political science. Okay, si Aristotle is the father of political science. Aristotle is the father of political science, while si Niccolo Machiavelli is the father of modern political science. Ngano mang na create or nahimo si Niccolo Machiavelli og father of modern political science because sa iyang discussion sa maintaining power sa iyang libro nga The Prince and the Discourses. Okay, next. But even Machiavelli, both Plato, before ato, na-discuss na ni Plato and Aristotle, gi-provide na niya ang broad discussions on the central concepts of politics such as concept of justice. Unsa man yung concept of justice? Katutong what, and who is morally politically right. Unsa o kinsa ang mas morally political right. Next is the power. Power means source of authority, kinsa ang masunod. Next is the right types of constitutions and governments. Unsa ang tama nga constitution para ana nga lugar ug para ana nga mga tao. 'Di ba? Ideologies from different ideologies. We are not living in the same state kasi kaya we have different forms of government. In the Philippines, we have democratic government. Sa laing nasod, like for example, in western part, commonly dito is ang monarchical government. Next is right and virtuous leadership. Kinsa ang mag-lead sa certain political system. Like for example, kung monarch system sila, ang mag-lead sa ilaha is kanang mga prince and princesses, ay mga king and queen. Kita, we are living in the Philippines, so republican status. So, ang mag-lead sa ato is ang president. Next, what are those key fields in politics? Unsa man na siya? First is we have this power relations in society. Unsa man na siya? Kinsa tong mga gamhanan nga or kinsa tong mga nagahold og authority in the society. Next is mo ni siya itong mga consider ha sa politics. Forms of government. What type or form of government ang naa sa atua? Next is political behavior. What behavior should we kanang uphold? Next is kailangan nato i-consider pod ang cultural turn of 20th century. Nganong magsige pa ka atog katong maggira-gira pa ka, magrevolutionary pa ka, dili na nauso karon ang revolutionary. It's because we are in the 20th century. Naunsa ka uy, kailangan na ta modernize. So dapat i-consider po nato na siya when we are talking about politics. Next is the inclusion of political culture. Unsa ang mga naandan ug pwede nato ma-innovate. Next is the civil society's role in government. Unsa ang ilahang mga ganap ug unsa ilahang pwede trabahoon in our government. Okay, while politics deals with the power and society in general, ang governance daw specifically deals with the power of the government and how this institution exerts power for the benefit of the society. Okay. Next, karon, the discussion of politics and governance in political science has been divided in different fields and interests. These are political theory, political methodology, comparative politics, international relations, and law. Okay. When we say political theory, it deals with the different perspectives. What are those perspectives? Katong mga pananaw and mga ideas regarding sa politics and governance of different political philosophers from the ancient times. Kinsa man na sila like Aristotle, hantod padulong kay Niccolo Machiavelli. To the time of Industrial Revolution through Karl Marx. Karl Marx is katong proponent ni siya sa katong mga conflict theory and karon sa contemporary political philosophers like Hannah Arendt. Okay. Next, kung ganina ang political theory deals with the perspective and ideas, ang political methodology naman is more concerned daw sa what? Application. Unsaon pag-apply ang political concepts into research and policy making, almost similar to the applied nature of public administration. So ang political methodology is pares-pareha siya og nature sa public administration because it focus on the application of political concepts. Next, what is comparative politics? When we say comparative politics, it focuses on comparing various political systems and different countries through time. As what I have said ganina, because we are in the different state, dili pwede nga ang government, form of government sa Philippines is the same. So, pwede siya, pero it's impossible nga sa isa ka kalibutan parihatanan og form of government because we have different culture. Mauna ang focus sa comparative politics, gina-compare niya of what type of government, unsa nga country, kaning country, unsa nga form of government sila, unsa ang pamaagi ana. And this type of study is not new for it was made by Aristotle and Plato during the golden age of ancient Greece in influential works. Aristotle's katuyang Politics and Plato nga libro niya nga The Republic, and they compared various forms of government. This is according to Roskin et al. 2017. Okay, when we say international relations, in comparative politics, gina-compare niya ang various political systems. Ang international relations is unsa man siya nagabear siya resemblance to comparative politics. Kung kato siya gina-compare niya ang kani, instead of comparing, it concentrates on establishing, maintaining relations among countries through time. Kung ang comparative politics gina-compare niya ang kani international relations, naga-focus siya despite of lahi-lahi nato nga mga forms of government, naga-focus ang international relations on how to establish and to maintain relations among countries through time. Kaya natay ginatawag na UN. It's because mao na iyang goal magkaisa ang mga countries despite of differences. And by these relations, those who are studying this field attempt to maintaining peaceful and diplomatic relations. Kaya naatay mga kanang mga diplomat or mga consul, for example kanang mga representative good nato from other to the other countries, like for example nater kanang mga, for example ang mga OFW nato, kung ang mga OFW nato gipag panamasamasan sila sa laing nasod, naa sila kaduulan sa laing nasod katong mga diplomat nato nga na-assign dito. That's how the international relation works. Pwede siya. And are you familiar with Miriam Defensor Santiago? Na-assign po siya ni international relations sa una sa international court law because kanilagi we have to maintain peaceful and diplomatic relations among other countries. Like for example, bisag ka nang magsigigira ang uban, naga-focus gyapon ang UN para, because we are in the 20th century na, so dili na uso ng mga yun ana. So as much as we are concerned, as much as we are studying political science, this is what our aim, to maintain peace and diplomatic relations among other countries. Okay, last is law. Law is another essential concept in politics and governance. Unsa ka importante ang law? Very important kaayo ang law because it is basically any written statement that limits, guides the behavior of a certain group. Unsay mga do's and don'ts. Mga pwede o dili pwede nga buhaton. Kung naa kay mga nahimo nga dili pwede, possible na kay mga consequences nga atubangon. That's how important law in terms of political and politics and governments. Okay, politics as a art of science and government highlights the role of law in organizing. Pag naamang goy law, ma-organize nato siya, malikaya nato ang mga bugoy, and of course, ma-establish nato ang individual interest to prevent overlapping and individual needs and promote collective gains in society. Kuha. Next, the knowledge of politics and governance, therefore, is a critical attribute of a citizen belonging to a certain state. In ancient Greece, anyone who was ignorant of the laws and political processes sa polis was considered an idiot, mangmangka. Sa toa Filipinas, we really believe in ignorance of the law excuses no one, primarily because of the democratic structure of the polis, where every male was expected to participate in decision-making politics. So as much as concerned, kung lalaki ka, expected na ka nga ma-participate ka sa decision-making and politics ato sa ilahang panahon. Today, karon, the knowledge of politics and governance not only helps in participation of an individual in the state but also helps in safeguarding an individual against bad government and practices and abuse. Kaya na ay mga gipangkasuhan karon, it's because of graft and corruptions and mga kanang gipangkawat nila sa government funds, because today daghan naman tag knowledge sa politics and governance, and we will use this knowledge para dili nato gamiton as ka ng pang drag down sa ubang tao, pang daot sa ubang tao, instead para ma-uplift nato ang tawag ani ang ato ang society into much better and efficient and effective government. Okay, thank you.